What's up, guys? It's Mitch Muller from MindsetFitness.net, and today I wanted to do a short video testimonial for my man Vince Monte's no-nonsense muscle building version 2.0. We are here at the Mesa Arts Center in Mesa, Arizona. I'm doing the NPC Natural Western USA, which is a competition here, and there's about 200 competitors in this show, and I wanted to explain a little bit of how I got here. When I first started this about 16 weeks ago for my show prep, I used all of the workouts from the No Nonsense Muscle Building 2.0 system. It's awesome because Vince made them so simple to follow. So over the last 16 weeks, this is what I did. I followed them to the T. Every single time that I went to the gym, it was perfect because I had a plan set in place. I had a plan for every single workout that I did. As soon as I walked into the gym doors, I knew what was happening that day. And best of all is that I could track everything. The way he sets up the program makes it so simple that you can track from week to week to week, even with your training and your nutrition. So the results that I got over the last 16 weeks, I went from 13% body fat down to under 5% body fat. I believe I'm at 4% body fat right now, especially after tonight, see if I win this with the low body fat percentage. So yeah, I got down very low body fat percentage, and I'm probably leaner than I've ever been in my entire life. And the cool part about this whole last year, bringing these workouts into my training, I've gained over 10 pounds of lean muscle since this time last year. I did the show, this exact same show last year, was my very first one, and came in 10 pounds heavier and a lot leaner than I was last year. So big props to this program for me to be able to do that during this. And another big point I want to mention is that I only lost about 1 pound of lean body mass total in this entire contest prep. For most guys, if you've ever competed, you know that's unheard of, because you end up losing a ton of water, you lose a ton of lean body mass, a lot of muscle mass when you're shredding down. You're trying to lose as much fat as possible, and a lot of guys just sacrifice all this muscle. And this time, I didn't. I kept so much of my muscle, I came in 10 pounds heavier than I was last year. So big props to Vince on that, man. This program was crazy. So when I first started out, I was kind of skeptical about how I was going to be able to put on more size in such a short amount of time, especially because I've been so consistent with this for about 7 or 8 years. And when you're consistent with something for that amount of time, it's like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put on a whole lot more muscle like this if I'm, end up changing something just a little bit here and there. But using this program, I was able to add those extra 10 pounds. I was able to keep more of my muscle mass coming into the show. And I feel so much better than I did last year. So if you're afraid of stepping out and thinking that maybe this won't work for you because maybe you already have muscle, maybe you feel like you hit a plateau and you stop growing and you feel like you're never going to be able to keep growing at that consistent basis, you definitely can on this program, and you definitely will. Believe me, I've done it. I've been consistent for so long naturally. This is what happens. So the problem that most guys have is flat out they are not working hard enough in the gym. And I've seen this anytime I step foot in a gym, you could tell there's probably 1 to 2% of the people in there are actually doing what they're supposed to do. And since a lot of people don't know exactly what they're supposed to do when they get into the gym, so that's what this program can bring for you. You have a specific set plan of every single day when you're in the gym. Now you have a plan where if you're trying to do a show like this, you're trying to get lean, you're trying to get big, now you have a blueprint for it. One thing that Vince introduces into this program that I've used personally that I love more than anything is the constant tension time sets. This is where you would do, let's say, a set of squats or so. You would build up to a working set, and then all of a sudden you're under tension for, let's say, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds at a time of keeping the tension on the working muscle. So it's pure agony going through it, but I think that by itself, if I was to single one thing out of this program that worked so well for me, that helped me grow and expand over the last 16 weeks of my contest prep to grow into the show, it was those constant tension time sets. All right, guys, it's all said and done. Ended up not doing as well as I thought, but I ended up getting second place in my class. There's crazy competition this year in the show, and but I mean, with this program, look, you guys can see exactly what I ended up bringing to the stage. It's the best physique that I've had yet, 10 pounds heavier than I was last year, so you can't argue with how it's judged. It's just the way it is, and I've done better than what I've done before, and I really have to thank Vince and using this program, No Nonsense Muscle Building 2.0. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, man. I really appreciate it. If you guys are on the fence at all for getting this program or just second guessing anything like that, man, you guys can do exactly what I'm doing. Follow through, get it. You can live your dreams, man. Live your dreams.